Welcome, entrepreneurs, to another episode of Talking Business with Ritz. Today, we are diving into the ultimate entrepreneur survival guide where we'll uncover powerful strategies to, conquer our challenges in the digital realm. So get ready to unlock the secrets of online success, gain invaluable insights from our expert guests, and take your business to new heights. But first, let's kick off this incredible journey with our intro video. All right, I'm back. Okay. All right. Now, joining us today is the incredible Heather Wylde Smith. This is her second stint here, an ethical coach, sales coach, and an international bestseller author. Now, best-selling author. Now, with a wealth of experience and a passion for empowering others, okay, Coach Heather is here to share her wisdom and guide us through the ultimate online entrepreneur survival guide. This is her new book. Now, get ready to be inspired. Without much ado, let's welcome Coach Heather Wylde Smith. Hi, Coach. Welcome back. Yay.
Hey, thanks for having me. I love your intro. Like, I just everything about the way you have it set up, like, it's just so professional and fun, and it's great to be back.
Thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here today. Thank you for joining us again. All right, now before we dive into the fascinating insights and wisdom that you're about to share, Coach, I want to remind our incredible audience, of course, our coaches, our course creators, our consultants, I'm calling you all out, experts and service providers, that this show is all about showcasing the human behind the title before the offer. So it's about celebrating real stories, genuine experiences, and the incredible lessons we can learn from each other. Now, this is the show where we break down barriers and shed light on the secrets of entrepreneurial success. All right, so if you are watching with us right now, comment hashtag live, okay? Or if you are catching us on replay, hashtag comment hashtag replay. All right, now let's move on to the first segment. Okay. All right, now welcome to the first segment. Know the expert. Get ready to discover the unique and exciting side of our incredible guest. So, we'll be throwing some random questions on her way to get to know her better. So, in this segment as well, we will discover the fascinating story behind her entrepreneurial journey and gain valuable insights from an incredible expertise. Okay. Now, I am honored to have Coach Heather Wylde Smith in the show. Let's find out what makes this brilliant sales coach and international selling author pick, Get ready to know her on a whole new level as we uncover fascinating insights and surprising revelation. All right, Coach Heather, I'm going to set up the stage for this segment. All right. Remember, I gave you the series of questions that you have to prepare. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you about 1 to 2 minutes airtime. I'm going backstage and I'm going to ping everyone Okay, I'll lend you the stage. So you tell us what you do, who do you serve, and why are you here, and where you're from, etc., etc. Okay, here's your stage. I'm gonna go.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I am Heather Wylde Smith, and I am a sales coach for coaches and healers. My specialty is teaching ethical sales strategies. So, strategies that feel really aligned, especially for people who feel like coaching and healing is like their soul's purpose or it's a part of their spiritual mission. Those of us who have higher standards for the way that we want to sell, right? Before the way that we want to bring clients into our businesses. So I teach the methodology that I created that works really well for me and works really well for my clients. But I also make sure that I help people to customize things, right? I don't assume that because something works for me and maybe it works for 5 other clients that it's going to work exactly that way for you. It's going to feel good for you, right? So I'm all about customizing and figuring out how to create a way of selling that is 100% comfortable so you can feel confident so that you can bring really, really great clients into your business. It's something I'm really passionate about because selling was one of the hardest things for me to master as an online entrepreneur. And I really didn't like the strategies that I was taught. And I spent a lot of money on a lot of different mentors, and there were just, overcoming objections, for instance, always felt very pushy and gross, right? And so instead, I came up with a system to address concerns, right? So I don't know how long I have here. I know that she's tagging a lot of people. I just want to say I'm not stoned. My eyes are like this because I am not an early morning person, and actually, it's not even that early. But let me say this: I'm a late night person. And so I'm not really awake yet. So you're going to see me like rub my eyes and stuff. Let's see. So that little caveat. Let's see. Yeah, I love watching my clients grow. I love cheering them on. My last client got, the last person that finished my program, she got a 352% ROI. And she was able to raise her prices from 1,500 up to 2,200, and she sold to 100% of the people that she pitched to. There were some people she talked to, she realized they weren't a great fit, and she didn't sell to those people. She didn't even try, right? So that is a huge part of my philosophy and my methodology is helping you to design systems that help you to get really clear about who you want to sell to and how to recognize those people and how to recognize the people who aren't going to be a great fit. They're probably not going to get as great results. Maybe they're not in the right place yet. Maybe they don't have the right resources for for them to get really great results with what you do. So I help you to recognize that so that you're not selling to people who are going to be they're going to be disappointed in their results because they're just not in the right place, and it's going to be a drag for you to coach or to try to heal them because they're not in the right place. Yeah, so that's a big thing with me is making people making sure that people are the right fit. And Red Soul, please come back. I'm so sleepy.
Yeah.
I'm like, by
I'm
the
waiting for a cue for me for you to, bring me back. Okay. Anyway. All right, here we go. This is fun. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that, coach. So let's start with the random questions. Wake up, wake up. Okay, now. Um where are you located right now? Did you change location from the last interview?
No. So I'm in northern Georgia in the southeast US. I'm about an hour north of Atlanta. I do hope to move like sometime in the next year to build an off-grid home.
Mhm.
But right now I'm the same place I was when I talked to you last time.
All right. Now, what is your favorite word and why?
Oh God, last time I was on, I said it was fuck. What is I think my favorite word right now is like growth. Like I've always been on a growth path and the last several years have been a lot of growth and healing and I think growth is like well and fuck are both really beautiful things.
Okay. Number one is growth, and the second one is that.
Fuck,
Okay.
fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck. Which
All
is
right.
what I did when my alarm went off today. Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck.
Okay. Now, from the scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is the highest, this is my favorite question. How weird are you?
Gosh, weird is a relative term, but I'm one of the weirdest, like, normal looking people you've ever met, probably. I'm just coming to I don't know if it's trauma or if, like, I have, like, slight autism. I'm just coming to see that, like, I see the world very differently than other people.
All right. Now, what's the best gift you've ever received, and why is it so special?
Mm. Hmm. So I tend to be part of circles where people don't give a lot of gifts. I know when I was going through cancer treatment, a lot of people brought me gifts then, and one of my friends bought me like this really comfortable pillow.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's one of the things they don't tell you. Like, they tell you all these awful things about cancer treatment, and it is rough, but they don't tell you like how uncomfortable it is. And
Mhm.
so that was a really, really thoughtful, simple gift that I got. Just a really nice like bed pillow.
Wow. All right. Now, Coach Heather, if you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice when you were just starting out, what would it be?
Starting out as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Oh gosh. To take what I could from the trainings that I was doing and take what aligned with me and throw out the rest. Because my tendency was to be very all or nothing. And if I didn't like something about the training, I would just disregard everything. And that was very wasteful, wasted a lot of time.
All right. That's a good advice.
Mhm.
Next question. Yeah. Beyond your amazing work as an ethical sales coach, what do you do when you are not working?
I do stand-up comedy. I'm also a singer and I'm a singer and guitar player. I'm not good enough to call myself a guitarist, but I sing and play guitar, and I watch and read a lot of sci-fi fantasy.
Wow. I didn't know you sing. You want to sing?
Yeah.
Sing me a line.
Let's see. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses?
Wow.
Thank you.
So nice. Impromptu. All right. Okay, now again, as an ethical sales coach, what's one habit that you've developed that you think has contributed to your success as an entrepreneur?
Oh, definitely like investing and finding mentors. And
Mhm.
recently in like the last, in the last couple of years, but like even more so in the last like 6 months, like learning to trust myself
Mhm.
and being open to feedback, right? Because we all have blind spots, and
Yeah.
nobody knows everything, right? There's always something to learn. And at the same time, like trusting our gut and trusting my gut and saying, okay, well, that's not for me, you know even though I may have paid somebody a lot of money and respect them a whole lot, going, no, that's not for me. But also, being open to new perspectives and learning, but ultimately trusting myself.
All right. Okay, now last question, Coach Heather. What's one thing that people might be surprised to learn about you or your business?
I have an escape clause in my contract. I don't require people to like sign up with me and like you're in it and there's no getting out of it. I make it so that I do all my due diligence to make sure that I really feel like you're a good fit before I allow you to hire me. And
Mhm.
but sometimes you don't know. Like I'm very transparent about my methods and what I do and what I don't do, because I want people to make a really informed choice, right? But even if everything sounds good from the offset, sometimes you don't know until you actually get into the working relationship
Yes,
that you know
correct.
what, this isn't this isn't a fit, right? Or somebody might have like a life thing come up and it no longer makes sense for them to be in coaching right now. They're not going to be able to devote the focus to it or whatever. um so there's a way for people to get out of the contract because they've decided it's not a fit, and it's also very clear in my contract that I can fire a client if they're just not respecting my boundaries, or they're a lot of talk and a lot of excuses, but they're not really getting anything done. But yeah, I don't require people to stay stuck in something that they're not getting results in.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good advice as well. I mean, that's one thing that is very good for other entrepreneur to put into, incorporate in their business. Like for myself as a service provider, I do put in like my services are for the until this duration. Like for example, my 5 and 10, right? It's valid until 6 months. So you're not really obligated to give me work,
Mm,
right? Just to finish for the whole month,
right.
right? So it gives you a leeway
Mhm.
of and less stress for you. Like you're gonna just come to me when you have something for me, not come to me because you're so stressed that you're thinking what to give me, what work to give me. So
Right.
right,
Yeah.
and yeah, so like that. Anyway, by now I'm sure we already have an idea of who Coach Heather Wylde Smith is as a real person. Okay, so this concludes the first segment is of our show, Know the Expert. All right, we're moving on to the next segment. All right, welcome back to Talking Business with Ritz. We are now in the Learn from the Expert segment where we dive deeper into the wisdom of our expert guests. Now, for those who are just tuning in, this is Ritzel Loretta Rectra, your host for today. I am a digital content creator and process automation specialist. I am also the CEO and owner of My Digital Virtual Solutions. All right, now don't forget to join our free Facebook group, Talking Business with Ritz, live expert interview, where you can watch all the past episode of this show and also to network and collaborate with our experts. All right, now I am now with Coach Heather Wylde Smith, an extraordinary ethical coach, sales coach, an international best-selling author, and the proud owner and CEO of Wild Coach LLC. So in this segment, learn from the expert. Our guests will be sharing how to what do you call learn. All right, now I will let her do that later. Let's talk business.
Yeah. So to
All right, now welcome back to Learn from the Expert. Today, our incredible guest, Coach Wild Smith, will be sharing the essential topics, right? From the ultimate online entrepreneur's survival guide, her book. Okay, get ready to unlock the secrets of online success with Coach Heather's expert insights. All right, now let's dive with the first topic. Where is our first topic? Here we go. All right, Coach. Where's my note? Having the right coach by your side can be a game changer. So, for any aspiring online entrepreneur in this topic, Coach Heather will actually talk us through the process of finding your perfect okay, coach, if there's is such a thing, or the coach that is right and actually aligns with you. So, Coach Heather, kindly reveal to us the essential criteria to consider when selecting a coach, helping us avoid these costly mistakes and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I love, love, love talking about this. It's something I'm super, super passionate about, and which is why I wrote a book about it. So getting coaching, whether it's for your health, your relationships, your personal growth, your spiritual growth, your business growth, it is a fantastic idea. But nobody talks about how to choose the right coach for you. And you said perfect coach, and then you kind of laughed. And nobody's perfect, right? There's not going to be anybody who's just like, it's rare to find somebody that you're just like so perfectly in alignment with. But you want to find somebody who solves the problem that you want to solve in a way that's interesting for you. Like, for instance, if you want to lose weight, but you've tried keto and you hate it, then a keto health coach or a weight loss coach is probably not for you. You're going to look for somebody who offers a different type of solution. Even though that person might be able to help you lose weight, you're not interested in their methodology, right?
Mm.
um and asking people what their methodology is really important, because it's less so now, but it used to be very common in coaching marketing for them to kind of gloss over the how, and like, nobody's going to give you their secret sauce up front, but they should be able to give you a basic breakdown. Because, for instance, maybe you're an online business owner and you really want to build your business. And this happened to one of my clients before they worked with me. She signed up for this thing and they were saying, "Oh, it's going to be great. Everybody can build their business like this," but they didn't
Mhm.
say how. And she got caught up in their marketing and got caught up in the excitement of their launch or whatever. And it turns out that it was all about going live. And this person was terrified of being on camera, right? So obviously, their system might work, but it wasn't going to work for her, right? So being really aware of what what your problem is, or what is uncomfortable in your life, what you want to change,
Mhm.
how you're interested in changing it, and some of the ways that maybe you're not interested in changing it, like, in that way that
Yeah.
solution is not going to be good for you. um and just, I go into it in the book about kind of like the 6 steps for finding the right coach, and like researching and vetting. um is that Do you want me to go into that now, like?
All right. So I do have more questions. So how does having a coach actually contributes to an entrepreneurial's overall growth and success in their business?
Okay, so if you have if you have the coach that's right for you, you're
Mm.
going to get much faster results. Being an entrepreneur, um, I say that it's a messy science experiment.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lot of people that want to make business sound like it's as easy as just follow this 5 step, this 5 step methodology, and you're going to be rich. And it's not that it's rocket science, but it is like a messy science experiment, because especially when you're new, you're trying a whole bunch of hypotheses at once. And in
Yeah.
a good science experiment, you're only supposed to be testing one hypothesis at a time, right? But
Yes.
you're especially in the beginning, you're testing, like, this is the audience I think I want to work with. This is the problem I think I want to help them solve. This is the message that I think is going to be interesting to them. This is the way I think I can sell to them and get clients, right? So you're testing everything all at once. It's really, really messy. And there are a very rare few people who can do this on their own, but for most of us, we need somebody who's been through the process and who's going to support us, and has a methodology,
Mhm.
because we don't know, but also where it goes wrong for a lot of people is that they have mentors that are just very rigid about their methodology, and they don't do anything to help people custom fit it to their own personalities and their own businesses so that it actually works for them, right?
Yeah.
um But if you've got a good coach who, or consultant that knows their stuff, and that you have a good vibe with, you have a good chemistry with, it's invaluable. It's like, instead of stumbling around in the dark, you've suddenly, through a jungle, you now have a guide with, a pack of tools, and, a torch to light your way. So it's really, in anything you want to do. I mean, coaching has changed my life in so many ways, but for business, like, you need a coach.
All right. Now, in the fast paced world of entrepreneurship, now marketing plays a crucial role in attracting customers and driving business growth. However, with the abundance of marketing tactics and strategies out there, entrepreneurs often encounter overhyped claims, just like what you mentioned earlier. So they promise, that can lead to confusion and disappointment. So,
Mhm.
in the second topic, we are hoping to unmask the truth behind overhyped marketing and provide insights to help online entrepreneurs see beyond the smoke and mirrors. Okay, now let's go jump to the next topic. Okay, all right, coach. So, Coach Heather, let's play a game of spot the smoke and mirrors in marketing. Can you share a hilarious or outrageous overhyped marketing claim that you've come across and how entrepreneurs can avoid, falling for such tactics?
Okay, yeah. So there's a whole section in the book called hype marketing, and
Mhm.
it's all about, like, the games that I've seen, like the bullshit that I've seen in my, gosh, I've been coaching since 2009. I've been online since 2013. So, like, 10 years of being online. So one of the biggest myths and one of the most harmful things is the myth of overnight success. And so one of the biggest hypes that you'll see is people talking about, my client started working with me and they made 50K months, like, they got to 50K months after just a month of working with me. And some of those claims may be true, maybe. The problem with one of the biggest things is that the testimonials, right? So people aren't transparent about how the person got those results, what stage they were in, right,
Yeah.
before they worked with them. And then, right, because if somebody's already making 30K months and they go work with somebody who really is an expert, they're already making a lot of money. They just probably needed, like, some tweaks, right?
Mhm.
So for that person to go from 30K months to 50K months, it's still very impressive. But somebody who is not making sales yet, or is only making, like, $7 info, small things, small, my vocabulary is like right now. They're only making small sales. That person is not, no matter how much that coach costs, they can go pay that coach $50,000. They are not going to be at 50K months after 1 month, right? So that's one of the big things. That's one of the big things that you can see. I had a guy come to me in the DMs, and you can feel these people. You can feel the pitch coming from a mile off, but he was hot, and so I was talking to and I just wanted to see what he would say. And he's like, yeah, we help our people get like 50K months. And after just a month of working with us. And I was like, oh, that's really awesome. I was like, does everybody get that? And he was like, well, most of our clients get an ROI in the first, 90 days. And I'm like, that's not what you said. you know so if you just start to ask questions, if they're honest at all, which a lot of them may not be, it'll come out that, like, they know they're not telling the truth. They know that, like, maybe one person they worked with had that result and now they're going to claim it for all time, and it's like, no.
All right. All right. Now, we all love a good magic show, right? But when it comes to marketing, we need real results. Now, Coach Heather, what's one magic trick that entrepreneurs should master to break through the smoke and achieve tangible success in their marketing efforts?
So for people to market themselves or for people to avoid overhyped marketing?
for people to avoid overhyped marketing.
Okay, okay, so they can make better decisions.
Yeah.
Okay. So the biggest thing is like to be aware that a lot of advertising in the probably everywhere, but I'm an expert on the coaching space. So I know definitely in the coaching space, they've harnessed the power of NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming.
Mhm.
And neuro linguistic programming is a beautiful, wonderful thing when it's used consensually
Yep.
as a transformational tool. However, when it's used in marketing, it creates a lot of emotional upheaval inside you. And that's, they'll tap into like FOMO, they'll tap into scarcity. There'll be subtle or even overt messages that if you don't buy this thing, you don't believe in yourself, or if you don't buy this thing right now, your dream is never going to happen, or, that your competitors are going to get ahead of you. All of that stuff is designed to like make you very uncomfortable and make you feel like you have to make a decision right then, right? Anybody who's trying to force you to make a really quick decision is
Mm-hmm.
probably not your friend, right? Um, I don't want my clients to make a quick decision. I do offer a lot of times I'll have like a fast action bonus, but it'll be like, for 24 hours. It won't be like you've got to sign up in the next, hour to do this thing, because when people buy quickly, that's when they're more likely to have buyer's remorse, and they're not going to stick around. They're not going to get as good of results,
Yeah.
Um, but if somebody's like, my cart is closing, like that's a little bit of FOMO, but it's like, it's not toxic FOMO. Toxic FOMO is, this program that they launch 3 times a year, but they're like, we never offer this program again. You've got to get in on it right now. Or, the really like sociopathic people in the industry, and there are sociopaths as coaches and healers. Um, there are some, unfortunately, and those will be the kind of people that will try to make you believe that they're the only coach or healer that can possibly help you. And that if you walk away from them, or you stop using their thing. I had somebody earlier this year that told me if I stopped listening to her hypnosis sessions, that my life was going to go to hell. And I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. Anybody who's like that kind of stuff, like anything that's pressure, anything that's trying to make you hurry, anything that is designed to make you doubt yourself. Like coaches and healers are supposed to be making people believe, in themselves, right? And like bringing out that self-belief and the possibility, not telling you that, you need them, and if you don't buy from them, like your life isn't going to work, or you're going to, you're
Yeah.
never going to amount to anything. Yeah, that kind of stuff. I go very into depth all about all the different games that are played in the book. It's probably the longest section in the book.
All right. I can't get over about the if you don't listen to my advice, your life's going to hell. What?
Yeah, this process has already started, Heather, and if you don't continue listening to this, like I forgot exactly how she worded it. She didn't specifically say my life was going to go to hell, but there was a threat, that that if I didn't listen to her thing, and this is the thing, like this is why I encourage people to ask people before they sign on with them, like what happens if this doesn't work out, what kind of refund policy do you have if you're paying up front? And because I've met people that they were really good at what they did, but they were a little psycho. And I've just learned that like just because the first month goes well doesn't mean the second and third month necessarily will. And you need to know what your options are. Sorry.
That's quite scary.
It, there's just talk about in the book. So there's sociopaths and narcissists
Mm.
everywhere. It's it's there's those type of people in the human population, and there's scales. There's the sociopaths that are going to like murder you and your entire family, and then there's the ones that just like to play like mind games at your job. Like there's
Oh, that we have a lot of that in my company.
oh, bless your heart.
All right.
But those type of people are very, very attracted to positions of power. They're very attracted to and they're very good at getting into positions of power.
Yes.
They're very attracted to jobs or lifestyles where they have a lot of people praising them, and of course a lot of money and everything. And because they don't have empathy, because they're comfortable being manipulative, they often excel in life in a way that
Mm.
people with souls get held back by our scruples, right? And
Yeah.
they're very attracted to the guru lifestyle in the coaching world because it's this opportunity for them to just use their personality and their charisma. And they can speak confidently about shit that they have no idea what they're saying, but they can make you believe that they are an expert. And I've definitely run across several, in the long time that I've been in coaching, and it's not everybody, but just know that, just keep your eyes open.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, now we've explored two topics. So the third topic is a crucial one. All right, now picture this, fellow entrepreneurs. All right, now the world of online business can sometimes resemble a wild jungle filled with cunning predators, and we must equip ourselves with the right tools to navigate it fearlessly. We are now going into the third topic: empower yourself navigating sociopathic sales tactics and saying no with confidence. So, in this topic, Coach Heather, can you tell us how to identify red flags, ensuring we don't fall prey to, manipulative tactics that drain our time, energy, and our hard-earned money?
Yeah, and yeah, this is such an important topic because so many people, there's so many really talented coaches and healers out there, online service providers, and they spend a lot of money and they don't really get the success that they thought they were going to get. And then when we end up with a lot of debt, and it's tough, right? So
Yeah.
the sociopathic sales is that manipulation, bullying, high pressure, rushing people, any of those types of things.
Yeah.
So, what did you have
Yeah.
something to? Oh, okay.
Uh,
Some red flags are if you're having one big red flag is if you have been invited to like a coffee chat or a connection chat, and you get there and the person is trying to run it like a sales call, right? They didn't ask your permission. They didn't say, hey, I'd like to do a discovery call with you, or, I'd like to tell you about my program. You just get on this call that you thought was a friendly coffee chat, and they're clearly like, well, so how's your business? What's going on with your sales? Or how's your weight loss journey, or, whatever. So that's a sign. That's a bad sign. Like, this person is obviously, it may not be that they're no, let me give you this caveat. Some people that do these things, it's not that they're bad people, it's just that they've had bad mentors who, and I
mhm.
had this happen. I tried some of the gross sales tactics because people kept gaslighting me and telling me, well, this is the only way to sell, right? So they may not be necessarily a bad person if they do some of these things. They may be just following bad advice, but
Yeah.
but it's not a good sign, right? Another one would be like if somebody refuses to tell you how they help people get results, right? So I had one of the most sociopathic mentors that I've ever had, and she was like part spiritual and part business mentor, and she was spiritual, but when people would ask, like she would say, oh, well, I had somebody who had your situation and I helped them get these amazing results. And people like, well, how do you do it? And she'd be like, well, you have to pay me to find out. That, that
Okay.
that is a problem. If somebody won't tell you what their methodology is, and again, not spilling, the entire tea, not telling you, okay, well, here's everything I do for free. Obviously that's not, but they should be able to help you understand like what working with them is going to look like, and how quickly you might get results or whatever. Another big thing is like, I call it the shame game.
Mm-hmm.
And so they will mindset shame you. Well, if you're not going to buy from me, you must not be serious about your business. Or one of my friends called me one day. She was mad as hell. She got on a call that was supposed to be a connection call.
Yeah.
And the woman kept trying to sell to her. And she was kind of interested in what the woman she was like, it was kind of like she didn't get on at a sales call, but she listened to her first. She was like, oh, maybe this would be a good thing. But then like it was some outrageous price tag.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend was kind of put off by the person, a little bit kind of all along. And then she got to it and she was like, yeah, yeah, I don't think that's right for me. And the seller said, oh, so this business is more like a hobby then, I guess.
Yeah. I got that a lot.
Have you heard that a lot?
Yes. Why are you not, selling like crazy? What? Is this a hobby of yours or? Huh.
Right. I mean, my friend at that point was selling like 20K packages, right? She
Mm-hmm.
had finally gotten her business off the ground, and she was a mindset coach, and she was, making like huge, huge packages. And this person had the nerve to say, oh, is this just a hobby? And it's just pure manipulation. It's just designed to make you feel like you're not doing enough, like you're not enough, like you're not taking it seriously, and then latch onto this person as the solution, right? Anybody, I had one person that I knew she was probably a scam, but there was something about her that I was like, I don't know, and she had like a $10,000 package. And I was like, do you have a intensive package, like a short package where I could kind of try things out with you, which is always a good thing to do. It's always a
Yeah.
good thing to do. Take somebody's group course or something, do a lower ticket investment that actually allows you to have some contact with them before you make a huge investment. It's always a smart thing to do. And I was like, yeah, do you have like an intensive, something that's like maybe $1,200, $1,500? And her
Mm-hmm.
response was this, oh, that just feels like you don't trust me. And I'm like, I don't know you. There's no reason for me to trust you, right? So that trust shaming, is a big thing that will get used. And like, you're not a bad person if you don't trust somebody. You just don't know them well enough to trust them, right? But
Yeah.
these are the kind of things, if somebody won't answer questions, one of the most toxic woman ever, she said that if somebody asks a question, that's an objection. And she doesn't deal with people who object.
Next question.
Yeah, just a question, right? Just anybody who's just because she was very manipulative, and she was looking for people that would completely bow down to her and do anything that she said, right? So she's testing people through her marketing and through her sales process to find people that are going to submit to her will. And she would say like, if you disagreed with her about anything, you were kicked out. Like, she's basically a budding cult leader, you know. Fascinating
And
woman.
people pay for that.
I'm sorry.
People pay, and people pay for that.
Well, this industry. So I was talking to somebody when I was writing the book who was a nervous system specialist, and they were sure. So her coaching was around how to regulate the nervous system, right?
Mm.
And she had studied a lot about NLP. And I said, this was when I started realizing that a lot of the most disgusting stuff that we see in the sales and marketing and the coaching world is based in NLP. And I call it like the dark side. It's like the Sith NLP, right? There's nothing wrong with NLP, but this type it's really gross. And where was I going? Oh, so I was talking to this woman and I said, wait, does this stuff would it work particularly well on a trauma survivor? And she said, yeah. And I was like, okay, that's very interesting because most people get into coaching or healing because they've been on their own growth and healing journey.
Yeah.
Like a lot of us are trauma survivors. And so this way of selling, it's very effective on us. And I think that that's even more disgusting. I'm like, but there's a lot of people that, they're still in places in their growth journey where they haven't learned to say no. They haven't learned to trust themselves. I'm still working on that today in other areas of my life. And so they're looking for the people that are going to be easily manipulated, the people who are going to allow them to play mind games and that they can string along and create dependencies if you stop coding, this woman would actually say, she was like, you're in my energy. So, you're going to get all these results just from being in my energy. But if you leave my sphere, everything's going to stop. It's going to slow down. And I was like, unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. Now, um, all right, everyone. Okay. As much as we would like to, as we wrap up this segment, let's reflect on the valuable insights shared by our coach, Heather Wylde Smith. So here are my takeaways for today's episode. For topic number one, where you find your perfect coach. So you have to emphasize the importance of choosing the right coach to achieve desired results in the entrepreneur's journey where you're at. Okay, they have to jive your values and theirs have to jive so that you learn better and you move forward faster. All right, now for number two, unmasking overhyped marketing, see beyond the smoke and mirrors. I learned to discern genuine value from exaggerated marketing claims, all right, making informed decisions for business growth. For topic number three, where empower yourself to navigate, navigating sociopathic sales tactics and actually saying no, I have to master the art of confidently saying no, no, no to manipulative sales tactics. Yes, empowering ethical business practices. So these are my takeaways. And hopefully, it serves valuable insights for entrepreneurs looking to grow the business with the guidance from a coach. All right, now, if you came in late, ladies and gentlemen, please watch the replay inside the group Talking Business with Ritz live expert interview. Now we move. Let's move on to the next segment. Work with the expert. All right, where Coach Heather will share her unique offers to help you further enhance your entrepreneurial success.
Yay.
All right, stay right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Get ready to dive deeper with our expert coach, Heather Wylde Smith. She generously shared valuable insights and tips on finding the perfect coach, unmasking overhyped marketing, and empowering yourself against manipulative sales tactics. So now it's time to explore how she can personally support you in your entrepreneurial journey. Now, as Coach Heather takes the stage once more in the Work with the Expert segment, get ready to work with the expert here and discover how coach's expertise can take your business to new heights. Her goal is to raise the standard for ethical sales and marketing in coaching, personal, spiritual, business growth, and healing industries. Right? Now, she also wants to educate people on how to make the best decisions for themselves and not fall prey from marketing and sales techniques that lead to wasted investment. So, without further ado, Coach Heather, could you tell us more about what offer you have for us today?
Yay. So the first thing, like, anybody should get, and if you have friends or family that are thinking about going into entrepreneurship, especially online, or you just have people who really like personal growth and they're
Mhm.
investing, get this book, because even if you're not a business owner, this really is a guide to how to make good investments in coaching and personal growth and healing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, online entrepreneur survival guide. I'm going to be, well, I guess this is like the kickoff for me to like re-release it. But yeah, so it's really outlines like what you need to do to start your business, like what you need to invest in first, how to vet, how to research and vet a potential mentor, questions that you need to ask in the sales conversation. You could ask them in the DMs, but I strongly encourage you to actually get on a call with people, because it's going to tell you a lot about them and their personality and what they'll be like as your mentor or as your healer. It's incredibly valuable. Like, everybody who read it said that it would have saved them thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in bad investments. It's $8.99 for the ebook, and I think it's $14.99 for the hard copy, well, the paperback. And I wanted to make it like, you see how much space I put in there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of space, so it's not a hard book to read. Like, I had somebody reach out and they were like, I have ADHD and I usually don't read books because it just drives me crazy. Well, I'll get that later. Uh, but she was like, your book, the way it was formatted, was really, really easy to read. And that was an intentional decision, so that people could really absorb the information, take notes if they needed to, and really use it as a resource to help them with their investments. I do have sales coaching packages. I'm going to be doing a big launch in September.
Mm-hmm.
So free workshop if you want to come to that. And I do real like trainings. It's not just a big pitch fest. Um, yeah. So I do have some spots available for private one-to-one coaching, and a couple of programs that do have one-to-one support, but aren't like a full like coaching package, right? And I'm too sleepy to really like, I'm still not awake enough to effectively pitch. But you can go to heatherwylde.com, and it will show you some of my packages. And the best way to reach out is to just, yeah, get on Facebook and DM me. And yeah, and I promise not to pitch to you if I'm absolutely not convinced that you are in the right place, and um, have everything it takes to be successful with me. I won't pitch to you. I will offer some other solutions and refer you to other people in my network. So if you're interested, you've got nothing to lose by reaching out. I don't do pushy sales. Yeah.
All right, that sounds amazing, Coach Heather. I'm sure our audience would love to know, you've already mentioned how they can get in touch with you. Okay, now, before we wrap up, Coach Heather, do you have any personal advice or final words of wisdom you'd like to share with our audience?
Yeah, just invest in yourself, but just make sure that you're investing because you've done your due diligence, and you really know what you're getting into, and you really know that this is the right person to help you. Don't fall for watching a masterclass and at the end of it they're like, trust your gut. Oh yeah, because it's hard to trust your gut when they've given you so many, like, there's so much manipulation, right? And your nervous system is kind of fried with a bunch of competing emotions, and then they're like, just trust your gut. It's like, you can't trust your gut when you're like, oh,
Yeah, quite true. Quite true. Then you won't have like what do you call that? Um, that decision where you are well informed, okay, before you actually say yes.
yeah. Don't feel rushed. If you really think it's a good opportunity but it's not the right time, then don't do it. Get on that person's mailing list, follow them on social media. They're going to offer the same thing or something very similar in the future. So
True. That is so true. That is so true. Now that is very, very valuable advice, Coach Heather. Thank you for saying that. Um, I'm sure that our audience, which I lovingly called Fam Bam, all right, gained so much valuable knowledge from you today. And I know they'd be eager to explore the possibilities of working with you, not today, maybe in the future, to accelerate their income and business growth. So I love to invite you again, right, to share your amazing with our amazing audience, your exciting offers, your book, right, and the one-on-one coach. So I'll give you the stage again to invite them with your
Oh,
offer.
I thought I already did that. So
Go ahead. This is segment for that.
okay, sorry. I'm all lost. So if you're a coach or healer, and then some service providers, I've learned that there's some service providers I can really help, and others that it's not in my wheelhouse. So it's kind of a case by case basis. But coaches and healers that are learning, looking to create more sales, reach out to me, and we can talk about how my methodology can help you, how we might need to customize it for you, because I don't do one size fits all solutions, and get you on the path to bringing great fit clients into your business, and doing it without a lot of the hustle and grind that a lot of systems require. So yeah, reach out to me. Just not this early in the day, and I will have more brain cells to talk to you. I promise
All
I'm smart
right.
and stuff. I'm just not smart and stuff when I'm waking up.
All right. I am very, very thankful for you, Coach Heather, for waking up for me to do this interview. So, as we bid farewell to our wonderful Fam Bam, my gratitude to you, Coach Heather, for being here with us today and sharing your expertise. So, your insights have been truly transformative, and I'm sure our viewers can't wait to connect with you further. So, my friends, make sure to check out the new book that Coach Heather has for you. All right. Thank you all for joining. Let me just remove this one for now. All right. Thank you all for joining us today in Talking Business with Ritz and being part of this incredible journey. Okay, Coach Heather. There you go. We have our names. And being part of this incredible journey of growth and inspiration. We hope you found, immense value in today's episode, and where we explore the ultimate online entrepreneur survival guide. Buy the book. I'll buy it tomorrow. The ebook version. Okay, I'm gonna have my son also have a read on that one. Now, a book written by an online entrepreneur for online entrepreneurs. All right. Here we go. Now, remember, you have the power to achieve greatness in your entrepreneurial journey. Keep pushing, embracing challenges, and learning from each experience. We have more exciting episodes lined up, so mark your calendars for the next one. This is Ritzel Loreto Rectra and Coach Heather Wylde Smith. Until next time, stay motivated, everyone. Stay focused, stay safe and healthy. Keep chasing your dreams and keep talking business with Ritz. Bye.